My topic will be divided into 6 parts, and we know that in order to build a vertical community, first of all, we have to make the analysis on its demand. And then we can come up with a top level and high level intelligent and information-based design. And based on this high level design, and we are going to choose our technological route and size. And of course, we have to look into details of some key points in order to realize our intelligent community. And next, I would like to share with you some of the highlights in the Shanghai Tower. First of all, some introduction about why we come up with this idea to build an intelligent community inside the Shanghai Tower. We believe that, in terms of intelligent, it means that this is a living building. It will be driven by energy, and at the same time, its intelligent system will be used as its control center, and its equipment and facilities are used for sensing and execution. Our ultimate goal is to provide safe, convenient, energy-saving environment, and also friendly services. And at the very beginning of the design phase of Shanghai Tower, we have already collected a lot of data, and then we have also generated a lot of information. For example, we can collect a diversity of data and information, including the air information and the climatic information. We believe that thanks to the sensing, collection, and delivery, and also integration and analysis of all those information, it can enable our owner to have more holistic control and also have a better decision. And also, it can also help us to optimize the operations. For our builder, for our owner, and also for the future managers, and we have to take up a lot of challenges and difficulties. For example, how can we guarantee the services for our people, assets, and events, and how can we provide our operation services for the entire community? And we also have to integrate all these systems to ensure the environment and functions are going well. And we also have to give a lot of priorities to the green and environmental technologies. And also we have to provide the contingency plans. So with the intelligent and also the information-based technologies, we are having this responsibility to address all these issues. So our final goal is to build a vertical intelligent community. Under the leadership by the construction and a working team, and also the research team has been set up, which is composed of the project management, consultants and designers, and also the constructions, in order to join our efforts to build this vertical intelligent community. So based on this demand, we are going to have this joint effort to take up this challenge. First is the analysis on the demand. First of all, in terms of its building functions, it is composed of commercial area, office, and also hotel, and also the car park, and the conference rooms, and also the side buildings, and also its top. And for different zones, there are different functional requirements. Take the office area, for example. We have attached more importance to its environment, and we hope that we can build a more efficient network for the office area. And also for the conference room, and we have to make sure that the conference room should be as flexible as possible. And we also have to make sure all these facilities and also multimedia facilities are working in a very flexible fashion. And then it is based on the people orientation. And we also have to take into consideration the users, the managers, and decision makers in order to identify different requirements on both functions and technologies. So maybe, for example, we can imagine that some people would like to go from the ground level to the top level for the observation, and these people will go through the elevators and also some other queuing lines. So we have to make sure that all these audio systems and camera systems, etc., are working well. And also for our property management companies, they would like to get the information related to the alarm or the operations within the shortest time in order to take actions accordingly. And for the decision makers, they are very keen to know how are there any emergencies, and how the events are going on, and how about the people traffic, and also about the financial conditions of Shanghai Tower. And we will also make an analysis in terms of the investment returns. So we have also think about some questions at the early stage. Yeah, are we going to take the leadership in the next 5 to 10 years, or we are going to keep some room for further expansion in the next 5 to 10 years? Or are we going to select the top-notch branded equipment, or are we going to select the most appropriate systems and functions? Or are we going to install all these facilities with complete functionalities in the entire areas, or we are just going to have a reasonable distribution of the equipment in some centralized areas and enable and allow the tenants to customize some settings? So of course, this is not just an A or B choice. This is about the trade-off and in order to strike the balance. And take the Shanghai Towers all-in-one cart, for example, in order to integrate all the functionalities of consumption, door access, and the car park, etc. Yeah, in order to have the most reasonable allocation, and we have used different vendors. For example, we have very top-notch brand, but for the all-in-one cart platform, we have used another brand from the States. And then in terms of the technical development, we would like to converge both emerging and conventional technologies in order to come up with some new innovations. And on this chart, you can see the CTBUH system, and just now Madam Lim has already made the evaluation of this system. And on the right side, you can see that we have used both the conventional technologies for both IBMS and facility management. And on top of that, we have used the state-of-the-art BIM system in order to converge all those technologies into one integrated system to be implemented in Shanghai Tower. And finally, for the analysis on demand, we have taken into consideration both the data and information use. You can also take a look at some figures on the slide. According to our estimation, there will be around 70,000 high-frequency data points and around 60,000 low-frequency data points. So altogether, there will be around 250,000 messages. And the data size is growing by 800 GB every month, and in total 8.6 TB every year. So in addition to that, we are going to see more data. For example, for the video data, it will total to 2,000 TB per month. And we also have 15 IT application systems. And we will also estimate some other information generated by around 20,000 people inside the building. And of course, we will try to converge all these data into our information-based systems in order to make further breakthrough. And during the construction period of Shanghai Tower, a lot of new and emerging technologies coming up. We believe that with a complete planning, and these new technologies can bring more benefits to us. And in addition to the new tools, we believe that this is also a very solid foundation for our intelligent center in the future. There are 5 levels of this high-level design. And the physical layer, and also the layer for the things to connect, and also the internet-based level, and also the intelligent level, and the decision-making level. For the bottom 2 levels, actually, we can apply the national code, but actually, Shanghai Tower is different from other tall buildings in terms of the first 3 levels. So this is the architecture of our entire system, including the subsystems. So actually, there are altogether 3 systems, including 31 subsystems. And in the 3rd level, that is the basic level. And we have the server room and the network system, and also the cabling system in this layer. The 2nd level is our subsystem management layer, including our fire and alarm system and broadcasting, and also the safety and all-in-one card system, communication system, and also the automatic system, and also other supporting systems. And the first layer is our system integration, as I mentioned. It will generate 250,000 messages. It will be integrated in this top level. So in this way, you can see that we can have a very consistent system in order to ensure our reliability and also the stability and also the high frequency delivery. So according to our tests, and these information from the subsystems can be delivered to our controlling system within 1 to 3 seconds. This is our higher level design for our information-based system. So actually, this is divided into 6 layers for our information-based system, including the data collection and basic transportation. And also the middle level and application software level can also be integrated with our regular software. For example, in the middle level, it can be integrated with our ERP, e-business, financial model, and also the BIM system. On the owner's interface, they can have a look at our comprehensive analysis results, including the process monitoring, the KPI, and also some specific analysis, and also the trend analysis. And then I will also walk through the reasonable technology selection very quickly. So actually, the system is really based on the IP architect. And we can see that in Shanghai Tower, more than 90% of the system is based on our strong IP structure. And also the safety is also guaranteed thanks to our main 10 million mega and also the horizontal 1,000 mega IP architecture. And we have also installed the redundancy facilities in order to guarantee the data security. And also in terms of the system integration, and we have also integrate and also overlap the application functionalities. So we have the integration of functions, data, and the protocols in 3 layers, i.e. equipment layer, and transportation layer, and also the system layer. So we would like to make full use of all those equipment to collect this information and to have better control functionalities, to minimize our investment, and also to improve the benefits of data integration. At the same time, we will also integrate the application layers with all the information-based systems in order to make sure that we can store and apply, analyze, and integrate all those metadata. So actually, we have also adopted the intensive design in order to upgrade our both software and hardware. So we would like to make full use of our vertical optical fiber resources and the network bandwidth resources. And we will also take full consideration of the reasonable space, and in order to reserve some area for operation and equipment. And we have also reserved sufficient working positions in order to make sure that in the future these core equipment can also be scaled up. So you can see this is the layout of our control room here for the decision-making conference room, and you can also see different working stations. And in front, and you can see all these information shown on our big screen. And we can also see that the energy control and management is also centralized, because we would like to make continuous adjustment and continuous optimization. And first of all, on the side of energy production, we have set up the energy management system. And in terms of the energy consumption, we have set up the energy consumption monitoring system. And also in terms of this data and information, we have also made further analysis on its demand in order to make continuous adjustment and optimization. This is also the concept of CPMS. Madam, you have already mentioned that, we skipped that. So, and also we have centralized our new technologies. For example, in our BIM system, and all these static characteristics have been stored. IBMS has provided dynamic information of all facilities. This helps us to monitor the entire procedures and processes. And also the cloud computing system in the 7th floor has also provided us with limited possibilities for the future expansion of data storage and data services. And then the control and implementation. First of all, we have made a very strict design in order to make sure that everything is in its good order. And we have also mapped out very specific parameters. I've also made dynamic and continuous optimization and improvement. So next is maybe more interesting to you, some of the highlights of our intelligent community inside Shanghai Tower. First of all, we are going to implement our intelligent energy use. In order to to achieve the centralized management of the super tall buildings, complicated energy system, and we have adopted this intelligent energy application. That is the convergence of our three technologies, CPMS, EMS, and BMS, in order to achieve the requirements imposed by LEED and also the national code. And then it is the intelligent operation management. So the management philosophy is based on the event triggering system, and we would like to have a holistic management mode in order to speed up our response. And we have also raised the bar of treatment. We would like to take a more proactive management approach, and we have integrated BIM, IBMS, and also MIS systems. Thirdly is our intelligent customer service. Actually, we can use different IT and smarter technologies to shorten the distance between the building and the people, and also the communication between people can also be enhanced. For example, each customer can sense the information related to the building, for example, the indoor air and other information inside the building. And each customer can also have very transparent communication with the corresponding service departments. And each customer can also make the reservation, for example, observation, shopping, and also restaurant reservation, etc. And we would like to continue to extend the intelligent application with sufficient infrastructure and also the database. And because our cloud computing storage can be expanded continuously. So that's why in a very limited area, so we can achieve unlimited intelligent application in the future. Yeah, the whole process will be more specific analysis on the demand, and then the data will also be converged, and we will also combine both the dynamic and the static data, and then we will continue to make application to support the business. Finally, the wrap up. First of all, we need to have the involvement of the third parties, including both third-party consulting and managing teams. And we have also seen the reverse thinking approach in order to improve its operation. In the plenary session this morning, Mr. Gu also mentioned that probably it is very easy to build a tall building. However, the most difficult point lies with the operations. So based on our innovation and researches, we will make a continuous effort in order to establish a more intelligent Shanghai Tower. In the future, I believe that the physical height of Shanghai Tower will not be increased anymore, but I believe that its intelligent height will continue to grow. Thank you for listening.